What's up, friends? This is Lacey and Patrick. We're going over our week 1 of our country two-step 6-week series. The first week, we go over all of our walking basic steps. It was super easy. We went over basically hand hold, where we go into a hand hug, making sure that we have armpit space so that we're not collapsed in. This is to get us into an athletic position. I didn't talk about too much, but if you're on the balls of your feet, you could wiggle your toes and pump your heels. You're going to feel a lot more steady and a lot more ready to move, opening up the chest, nice long spine, just like you would in athletic position. We have 2 things that we need to be aware of in country two-step in connection. We have compression and we have extension. So compression is where you're coming in together. Your elbows don't go beyond your spine. Your elbows don't go beyond the spine. So you're not chicken winging and hurting your shoulder, right? Extension is you're not allowing your elbows to go past your rib cage here. We're just going into like this a little bit of a stretch, not too much. It's like a level 1, maybe 2 on a scale of 10. Same thing here. It's like a level 1 or 2 on a scale to 10 for compression. And we attempted with sways by using our rib cage. So the leads need to use their ribs to tell the follow what foot to be on and when to go. So if you're using your sternum and you're pushing it over to the side of your foot, it needs to go over your foot so that the follow can be on the exact same side, okay? And then the leads always start with their left foot. Follows always start with the right foot. I like to say smack that leg so that you remember, because it's a proprioception awareness drill and you feel the tingles and your brain will actually remember. We have line of dance. Line of dance in country is going to be around the room, counterclockwise, kind of like NASCAR, left-hand turns all the way around the room. We talked about that there's 2 lanes in country two-step. We got the outside lane and we have the inside lane. There's also the middle for like just grooving and jiving, but that's a different story. The outside lane is for fast and for showcasing. The inside lane is for slower dancers, okay? Or if you want to just vibe a little bit with your partner. Whenever you're dancing, we started off with the leads facing line of dance. Whenever the follow is facing away from line dance and the lead is facing towards line of dance, you want to be in compression. Ever so slightly, right? Level 1 out of 10. Your lead is going to walk straight forward, just through their body. They're going to bring the rib cage over that foot, and that way I know when to move my body, right? So these are just walking steps. If the lead is facing against line of dance and the follow is facing towards line of dance, we want to be in extension. Why? Because this is weird, trying to push him away. So we want to be an extension, just a little bit of a baby 1 out of 10 boing action, if you know what that means. So again, the lead is using his rib cage to fully step onto his foot, keeping all of their intention wherever their body is going to take themselves is how they're going to impact the follow. So we went over that. Then we went over rib cage movement creates rotation. So whenever you go around the corners of the room, so let's say we're going against line, or follow is going against line of dance, he's going down that way, he's going to rotate the body around the circle. So around the circle like a NASCAR.
Yeah.
Meow. Right? So if we went down around this whole circle, so I'm going in compression, we're walking. In order for him to go turning, he has to use his rib cage to turn me around the circle. Yeah, so that's what we want to do, is anytime that we go to the end of the line or end of the dance floor, we want to think about using our rib cage to turn the partnership. We're still walking, right? And then we started to add in that you're allowed to swap sides and how to do that. And that's what he was demonstrating a little bit earlier, is that let's say the lead is walking down line of dance, we have train tracks. Right now, we're both in the train track. And whenever you have trains coming at each other, you're going to want to have one train move off the track to allow the other train to move past. Then you can come back onto the track. And that's the same thought process. So as I'm going into compression, he's going to take me, use his rib cage to turn me onto the side of the railroad, right? He's going to walk straight on by, and then he's going to bring me along, and I'm going to go into extension, right? Keeping that same rhythm, right? So if he's here, walking it out, he can go off the train track, I continue to walk, and then we go into compression, yeah? Then we added in the closed position aspect. And I made us do something stupid where I was like, baby shark, do, 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 and the lead goes right to the left shoulder blade and the spine, the little squish in between. Don't say squish to the follow. And then the follow looks over their left shoulder and starts turning around like, what? And they release their arms and have a nice day, okay? The other hand over here is going to be around the follower's shoulder or their chin nose area. That's about the approximate way that you want to have your arm out to the side. Again, armpit space. We talked about where's the compression. The compression is going to be a level 1 out of 10 in the hand here. And where's the extension? It's going to be a 1 out of 10 in the shoulder blade. So the hands have a little bit of compression. The shoulder blade has a little bit of extension. Now we have a little bit more control, and you can use your rib cage to steer the car. Don't call your follow a car. That's rude. But now he can actually control where I go a little bit easier. He can take me off track. I can walk by and he can walk by, right? And this is going to be really important. Now, how do you prevent yourself to not step on each other's foot? The main important thing is, again, back to the rib cage. If you're nose to nose and sternum to sternum, you're going to step on each other's toesies. So what you want to do is take your nose to the person's right shoulder. Take your nose and sternum to the person's right shoulder, and now we're not going to step on each other's feet. Yeah? And then we talked about, what did we talk about? Transitioning. Anytime that you are in a transition area where you're going off the slot or off the rails, that is an opportunity to change to the open hand hold, right? So that's an opportunity. We were talking about just walk. Now that can be done to one step. That can be done to Hano. To Hano, you can add a little bit of a rib cage lift and a slide action to make it more culturally relevant. And you can do this walk to waltz as well, just to the waltz rhythm. So yeah, you learned a bonus 3 dances. Woohoo! To add the 2-step rhythm, we're now going to do quick, slow, or as I like to call it, run, swagger. So no matter what, we're just doing this action of running our butts and then swagger walking it out. Running our butts and then swagger walking it out. Same exact mechanism, you're just running, right? And I believe that was pretty much everything. Awesome. Thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you in week 2.